What is going on, you crazy paracondrax? It is Phil and Travis here at Ghost in the Night.
You're getting funky.
I'm getting funky, getting freaky with it. This is episode 145 of Ghost in the Night. As I just said, I like to repeat myself because I'm a little mentally slow, but that's okay. That's why you love me. Tonight we are covering the strange and creepy true crime case, which hits all the bells and whistles for us because I just don't like true crime.
I'm going to hit your bells and whistles.
I like it when there's a little bit of paranormal shit going on in here too, hence the name Ghost in the freaking Night. But you people love paranormal or true crime, so
God, it's so popular.
We help you guys out. We're here. We're whores. We know we are.
Whores.
Tonight we are covering the Elisa Lam and the Cecil Hotel case.
Elisa.
Which is kind of she is a woman of Asian descent.
She is from Hong Kong.
From Canada, living a Canadian of Asian background. What kind of name is Elisa?
A gentrified one.
Okay, just asking. But she died at the Cecil Hotel, strangely we might add, and we are going to, what?
It is Canada. They should have called her Elisa. Elisa? Elisa?
Oh, for our Canadian fans that we don't have anymore. That is what we're going to cover because it hits all.
Yeah, I think Robert Picton just ran him off.
It hits
fucking
all.
Pig farm piece of shit.
This hits all the bells and whistles when it comes to the true crime version.
Potentially,
I love because there is a paranormal aspect to this possible.
There can be.
Well, the Cecil
I'll
Hotel.
be realistic. Like I'll give. Obviously, I'm not shy about giving my opinion on stuff, but like I have my opinion and I stand by it. I don't think it's anything as crazy as a lot of people fucking put on. But I mean, there's extenuating circumstances that make shit. There's a lot of stuff that make it hard to fucking put any pinpoint on any cause or effect of this.
Yeah, there is, but the Cecil Hotel has been rumored to be haunted.
Yeah, I have, dude. Like the first 4.5 fucking pages of my research isn't even up to Elisa Lam.
That's what I want to hear.
It's fantastic.
Once again, Travis is carrying the load on this one because we really did not prepare. This kind of snuck up on us, actually.
Yeah.
It was kind of weird.
I decided on and started working on this last night at 10 something.
That's true.
That one went down smooth. That's not good.
Or it could be a long night.
It could be.
Oh, shit, I threw it
Collection.
Anyway, so
college kids.
I can get lectured by my mother.
Your mom likes Fireball.
She does. She loves Fireball. She told me. But what was I saying? Before we get started on Elise.
I have too much going on here. Go ahead.
Let's talk about, we've had a good week on Instagram. A lot of new followers on Instagram.
Yeah, we fucking lost one today.
Bastards.
I'm trying to track them down so I can
We have a very specific
murder their fucking soul.
We have a very specific set of skills, and we will hunt you down if you unfollow us.
Yeah, specifically fucking gnats.
One.
There's one.
YouTube has been pretty nice, except for our last comment. Did you read that comment we got?
Yeah, that fucking jackwagon.
I'd have to get out, but apparently
I don't know, but let's clear the air here with this person. Jesus loves you, and that's what really matters. We don't. You can go fist fuck yourself with a donkey hoof.
You can
and
go
stop listening to our goddamn video or watching our fucking videos and listening to our podcast if you don't like our opinion. That's how the fucking internet works.
I know, but
people don't know this, but you don't have to watch or listen to everything you come across.
Here's the thing.
But feel free to listen. I mean, you can leave all the hate comments you want. I really don't give a fuck.
I don't give a rat's ass about hate comments. You can say whatever the fuck you want about us.
Yeah, I don't care. We're still
Trust
here.
me, this guy said, I'm assuming it's a guy. I hate to misgender him.
I think so, because I think the name on it, I won't put him on blast
Big K.
or anything.
I'll just
but I think it was like how you fill it out on government paperwork.
Right.
Last name, first name.
If you're going to come at me or come at us,
do better.
And talk about how our language, our vocabulary.
Yes, be grammatically fucking accurate. Jesus Christ.
You said our vocabulary is disrespectful.
Dude,
I've yet begin to get disrespectful.
Yeah, you should hear what the fuck comes out of my mouth when I'm not on a microphone.
Right. But like you said, proofread that shit.
Yeah, you fucking Neanderthal.
I mean, for one, you're missing words.
misplacing them. No punctuation whatsoever.
Throw in a comma, a period. I'm not even going to be difficult and ask you to put in a semicolon because you probably don't even know what a semicolon is. It's a winky face, apparently.
He doesn't have one of those. He had diverticulitis.
I mean, that's probably above your pay grade on how to use a semicolon.
You fucking shitbird.
But throw some punctuation in it and proofread that shit.
If you're not going to, come with better heat than that.
Yeah.
Like, if you're going to come in here, what's up, Moon Unit? If you're going to come in here, which, like I said, I'm not insulted. I have Chipotle in the fridge, Gonzo. You can have it. We'll cuddle and eat Chipotle together. I'll eat Chipotle off your abdominals. Because Gonzo is a fucking, that boy thick. Check him out on Instagram. It was like Ganenzon or something like that. But if you're going to come at us,
come hard.
Which is fine. Come hard. Yeah, like, dude, at least come correct in the fact that, like, you are going to start talking shit at least close to the level that either one of us can come back at you.
Right.
Because you're going to be like, oh, your language is offensive, blah, blah, blah. And I'm going to be like, yeah, well, your mom likes to fucking do the Hulk Hogan leg drop on fucking just full oak logs that she chops out of the tree with her fucking man hands, like the chick from Seinfeld, that burly, frothy, vagina, stinky, fucking Bigfoot looking Roseanne Barr fucking voice having, just gnarly, just fucking shrimp and vinegar smelling twat whore.
How many adjectives can you get in one sentence at one time?
I'm just trying to set an example of how you fucking go at somebody if you're going to talk shit about them.
Yeah, I'm just saying proofread that shit. Come hard at us all day long. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, like, I would at least make it entertaining.
I think it's funny.
Like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if it's a good hate comment, it's fucking hilarious.
I cannot be... Just like the one from West Memphis 3, which we didn't talk about.
Yeah.
He was this person, I'm assuming it was half.
This person copied and pasted some shit off of a very biased website. I found the website. And they were listed in the same chronological or numerical order that he listed them. But I'm like, okay, you did one Google search. It was in like the top 3 fucking results on Google.
But at least he did put in the effort.
Yeah, like have factual basis or like either be factual and prove us wrong. Talk shit to where it's funny and we can actually clap back without me feeling bad about calling your mom a fucking cockmonger donkey slut. And or have a shitty hate comment with good fucking punctuation.
Right.
Commas exist. Comma lives matter.
Grammarly there is a free version of Grammarly.
There is. It's called fucking Google. You can type anything into Google and you can check fucking sentence structure on it.
I think even in Grammarly even does like anytime I type on the internet, it'll tell me if I'm screwing something up.
I don't know, man. I feel bad being the reason that somebody might have a mental disorder after I get clapped back at them, but for something so shitty that they decided to pop off.
Oh, Gonzo, what happened was somebody commented on last week's episode.
Yeah. It was actually weak as fuck.
They commented either right after or during.
Yeah.
Because I saw it right after we ended. And I didn't want to...
Sorry, Chalupa.
I didn't want to comment back because that looks petty. I'd much rather do it on the show.
Right. Let's get some fucking ears and eyes on it. Make it funny.
Yeah. And, feel free to comment. If you hate us, let us know. We don't give a shit.
Yeah, I mean, like, if you feel the need to hate comment our video while you're out there on the fucking 7 Siemens swashbuckling fucking dangly cocks and balls left and right with your fucking uvula, the dangly thing in the back of your throat, that's your prerogative.
I know.
And I support that.
I love it. I actually read those comments before I read the good
comments. Yeah.
Any day.
Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I love all the comments. Right. Like, the good comments are fucking sick. Like, I love them. I love everybody that comments and subscribes and rates us. Again, I'm going to keep pushing this one from now on. If you are have an iPhone, please leave us a review on Apple Podcasts. Apple Podcasts review and rating system
is what bumps us up.
Is, like, top-notch what you want.
Right. Which we drop back up below the top 250 again
God
today.
Damn, it's so fucking moody, dude.
pissed me off.
See, I wonder how it works if it's like because it's a new week and we hadn't uploaded yet.
Right. Well, new one's out.
Which we usually try to do Sundays, but fuck Sundays.
Well, or with our schedule. The new episode, or last week's episode's out today on the podcast.
Yeah, I saw it. I was listening to it. So, anyway, whatever that guy's name is.
We love you. Peace.
You smell like fucking Gruyere cheese and cum.
But just know, if you leave us a comment like that, the loyal parachondriacs will come after you.
I don't think your mom's a fan of the level in which I've gone in on this man. I forgot she was in here. Her ears are probably bleeding right now.
Oh, well, that's okay, Mother.
I'm actually a pretty nice guy.
We're just trying to fill space. Gesundheit.
Gracious.
All right. Let's get the ball rolling with Elisa Lam. You're the expert on this. I'm just going to... Shit, we're going to get 2 more.
Well, I mean, I've got a lot of murdered bodies to talk about here. We've literally got 4 pages of dead
But we're going
people.
to start with the Cecil Hotel. And it's
I'm going to start with...
wonderful activity.
Start from the beginning.
Oh.
Peter, she's a squirter. Don't mind it. It's
a holiday. Oh,
it's
happy
cherry
Labor Day to
Coke.
everybody. I forgot.
Yeah, I
Labor Day.
celebrated by fucking working all day.
So did I.
Bunch of bitches.
We're
fucking Me Burrito was closed though.
Bastards.
Whores. Shout out Me Burrito if anybody lives in the general area of the Westchester, Liberty Township, Tri-County, Springdale, fucking even Hamilton, maybe Mason. Check out Me Burrito on 747. Oh my God. They were voted the best burrito in the state of Ohio.
You're saying it's better than Taco Bell? I'm upset with that.
I'll shit in your mouth, and that'll be better than Taco Bell.
That's a porn I'm not into.
Porn.
All right, let's get started with. We've rambled on enough. The masses.
Pieces and Conso said, I feel uncomfortable with you guys drinking. And what do you think was going to happen if we would have actually been able to pull off hanging out with you? Oh, yeah, I forgot. I got some designs in here that I never finished. I had to go for a new notebook, man.
I'm feeling you.
All righty then. Let's get right into the action on WKCC. Fucking go fuck your mom. So, again, the Cecil Hotel. The Hotel Cecil. I don't know which fucking one you're supposed to call it. I've heard it called many things. The fucking shit hole. So, anyway, as many people know, made famous by multiple things. It was on Ghost Adventures. Netflix did a whole documentary about a docuseries about this, which I watched. Pretty interesting for the most part. So the Cecil Hotel is in Los Angeles County, Los Angeles. And it was built in 1924 by, I don't know the actual pronunciation of this word. I don't know if it's hotelier or hotelier. But I'm going to say hotelier because it sounds fancy and it makes my fucking asshole wet. So, in 1924, the Cecil Hotel was built by hotelier William Banks Hanner. Hanner, not Hammer. Hanner. And when he built it, it was meant to be, like, this place was just supposed to be just a fucking sight to be seen.
Yeah, he put
it was $1 million to build in 1924, which I think is like $1.4 million now.
Oh, I would think it'd be more.
No, it's like 15, I think, is the inflation rate. But, like, we're talking, like, in 1924, like, an almost entirely marble lobby, stained glass windows, fucking palm trees because it's California and why not?
Why not? Of course.
And for some reason, a super sick fucking staircase because that's what people really want. People really want to be like, that thing that I have to carry my fat ass and all of my personal belongings up is really dope.
It's
worth.
Dope. It's dope.
So, basically, this was no place for ladies of the night, as it would end up being, which we will talk about later, unless you're Richard Gere. But, on the point of Richard Gere, Pretty Woman, gerbils are cheaper, so fuck that.
Are you saying Richard Gere and gerbils are intimate?
From what I understand.
I think it's just a rumor.
So again, gerbils don't need a bed, don't need a fancy hotel, so fuck that. Fuck Julie Roberts and George Costanza, that bald fucking pinball bowling ball looking fucking attempted.
Are we
rapist
really
piece
talking
of
about
shit.
pretty women on this podcast? We have
goddamn right
sunk to new levels. What are we, women?
No pussy getting fucking asshat trying to rape Julia Roberts against her will. That piece of shit.
Well, he's gonna pay for it. So
I don't give a fuck.
Okay.
Are you telling me that if you pay somebody and then rape them, it's better? Service is rendered, I guess.
I fucking don't know. Just go on.
Anywho, that's all right. So, like I said, it cost $1 million to build in 1924, which is like I said, I think it's like 15 million.
Don't hold us to the
with
math.
inflation, give or take.
Right.
So that happened. Beautiful, opulent hotel opens, and I said opulent. Fuck you, guy from last week. Suck my dick. So 2 years after the
hold on a minute. That was disrespectful. Your vocabulary is disrespectful.
Fuck you, guy from last week, comma, suck my dick, period.
Thank you.
Winky emoji.
Sexual connotation.
So you want to talk about the shittiest luck of all time? This man takes $1 million of his money to build this opulent, just massively, robustly beautiful hotel.
Right, beautiful.
And 2 years after that, what happens?
I believe Great Depression.
The Great Depression just butt fucks the country long dick style, and everybody's fucked after that. So, and since, call me crazy, I don't know how this happened, but fucking L.A. was not immune to that economic downfall.
Are you serious?
I know, right? Like, who the fuck would have thought about it? But at the same time, I read something where they were like, L.A. was not immune. No shit, L.A. was not immune. Nobody was fucking immune to the Great Depression. People were eating their kids and selling their kids knowing that other people were going to fucking eat them because they didn't have food.
Hi, Joey.
Hi, Joy. You missed a great rant. So, yeah, like literally, like correct me if I'm wrong. You've heard that as well, correct?
Right, yeah.
People were literally eating their children or selling their children, and other people were eating them, eating dogs.
Who knows for sure?
Well, I mean,
it's a nice story. Well, nice story.
It is. It's what I like to tell my kids when I put them down to bed. The kids that I don't have.
Oh God.
So, or as I like to call them, cum pets. Because that's literally what it is. Having children is keeping semen as a pet. And watching it grow and thrive and eat up all of your money.
That is true. They're expensive little shits.
Anyway.
Germ-bearing little shits.
Yeah. So,
love them to death.
Yeah, so when that happened, the area surrounding the Cecil Hotel then became what is now known as Skid Row.
Sebastian Bach there?
Yeah, but better.
Snake. Was the Snake the guitarist?
I don't fucking know, but the Skid Row place is way better.
You know what? You know why? Because he remembers you.
So it became what is now still known to this day as Skid Row, which if you don't know what Skid Row is, it's just one of the most ridiculously overpopulated areas of homelessness in at least the state of California, because I know there are some massive communities of homeless, which I'm not trying to piss on the homeless here. Like it's a problem. There's a lot of people with mental health issues, all that shit in the homeless community. I do personally think that there is more help needed to be had for a lot of people that are living on the streets.
Right, yes.
But
well, they tried helping. It's called COVID-19. I'm joking. Relax, censors.
Yeah, so Skid Row ended up happening, and like, let me tell you, when you have just a massive influx of homeless residents living around your business or your home, that will really kill your fucking property value.
You think?
Like, I mean, it's like keeping up with the Kardashians just every 5 feet.
You know, walking out of a $3 million house and stepping over a homeless person.
Yeah, you're like, you're looking at a property, like the bones are good, but just so you know, it's not a structural problem, but the structure of the building and the foundation is at this point 65% made up of human urine and crack rocks, which we did not know this, but scientifically it apparently makes quickcrete.
It's what Egyptians used.
Yeah.
That's how they built the pyramids.
Yeah, so it went from being like this super dope hotel, and now it just smells like Orson Welles' asshole dipped in malt vinegar.
Fucking disrespectful.
I don't know. Like if you shit in a mason jar, like buried it in shark chum at the equator, and then you threw it at Mother Teresa's dead corpse.
There was a lot to take in there.
Think about that. Tell me that doesn't make your eyes burn.
Oh.
So, on top of becoming known for a hub for just like junkies, criminals, people running from their problems in one way or the other, be it, their runaways from their family, the law, all that shit. The Cecil became just synonymous with violence and death at this point.
Yes, it has.
Which leads me to the next, 3.5 fucking pages of my notes.
All right.
We're going to start from the beginning. Because I find this very interesting. I find this more compelling towards what some people might try to argue is a paranormal involvement in this whole thing. Well, the building itself has something going on.
The paranormal, like I said, everything, I've preached this from day one, and you know this. We've had discussions about this. It's all about energy. And there's been a lot of tragedy.
Energy. Rain Energy sponsor us. I fucking drink this shit all the time. I love it.
But
I just burped on the mic. I'm sorry.
At least you didn't fart on it.
You didn't hear it? Not on the mic?
What?
When I farted last week?
Yeah, it was on there. If you listen, you can
hear it.
Is it
really?
Yeah, you could hear it.
Yes!
I was going to edit it out and say, I don't think so. Well, at least I'm assuming it was that, or maybe there was a rat in the walls.
Or my chair.
It could be, but there was something, because...
We're going to go with the fart.
It's much more interesting. What was I saying? Oh, energy. And there's been a lot of negative energy at this place. So, of course, there's going to be some kind of highly charged atmosphere at this place.
And that's one of the only scientific backings that people can give to anything paranormal is scientifically, as we know it now, energy does not cease to exist.
Right. It's all about the energy.
Thank you. It's the Morbid Podcast. Shout out Morbid Podcast. At some point, we have to fucking, clip a thumbnail or something out of this, and I'm going to fucking post it on Instagram and at them.
What are you talking
Lamont
about?
likes my shirt.
Oh, is that a morbid shirt?
Yeah, I want to get a good picture of us and I'm going to fucking be like, thanks for being part of the inspiration for us to start covering true crime cases at Morbid Podcast, because they've got God knows how many fucking followers and listeners.
But
I will dick ride their podcast.
I've listened to a few. Matter of fact, I think I listened to their version. It was a semi-early one for them.
Yeah. It was super short.
Let's be honest. I don't know what they look like.
I've seen them.
Are they hot?
They're not unattractive. I don't want to be disrespectful to our podcast
let's
sisters.
Be honest, audio is not visual. It's auditory. They sound cute as hell.
Yeah, they're both attractive.
So if we were two mildly attractive girls, we'd have millions of followers. But unfortunately, we're two ugly,
I think they're back and
dudes.
forth. I think their back and forth helps a lot because they're actually related as well.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, it's a aunt and niece, I think.
Oh, really? I thought they were all both about the same age. I don't listen to them.
Oh, they're not that far apart, but I believe it's an aunt and a niece.
But what I'm saying is we're behind 8
because I think they grew up together as well.
We're two fat, ugly dudes.
I mean, fat.
Well, I'm good looking.
I dare anybody to say I'm ugly. I'd fuck me. I do it all the time. I cry and I fuck me.
So disrespectful. Anyway, continue. Energy. It's all about energy. Of course, Cecil Hotel has some weird... With everything which you're going to get into, everything that's happened there, it's got some bad mojo.
They're going to hear that one for sure.
It's got some negative juju going on there.
Wait.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about this.
Double up. 1, 2, 3, go. Freedom!
Synchronization. I
can't believe we pulled that off, perfectly.
That's how we roll here, Ghost in the Night.
Back to the goddamn facts, people. So, we're going to start from the beginning with all of this violence and shit. It's a long fucking list, dude. I sent a Snapchat out, and I was like, flip page, flip page, flip page. Not even to Elisa Lam yet. Yeah. So, beginning. January 1927, Percy Orman Cook 52 years old, shot himself in the noggin in his room after he failed to fix things with his wife and child. Sad,
which will, let's be honest, it'll drive you to that.
It gets worse. November 1931, W.K. Norton, 46 years old, checks in under the name James Willies and ultimately kills himself by ingesting, he had capsules of some type of poison. I didn't see any specification of what, if it was ricin or what. Don't ask me why I know what this stuff is.
Your Google search, FBI would really want to see that.
So, moving on. September 1932, Benjamin Doddick was 25 years old, shot himself in the head without having a suicide note, so that's just chalk it up to the game. July 1934, Sergeant Lewis D. Borden, 53 years old. This one's like as darkly and most fucked up, shitty gangster as it can get. So he was a former Army Medical Corps sergeant, and he slit his own throat in his room with a razor, leaving several notes citing his failing health as the reason for his actions.
Oh wow,
it's dark, and it makes me sad that anybody feels the need to legitimately take their life and end their time on this earth. But you're a gangster motherfucker if you're not going to take pills, you're not going to shoot, you're going to be like, I bet you he looked himself in the eye in the mirror too, and he was just like, nah.
Well, think about it. When you cut yourself, how hard would it be to kill yourself by slitting your own throat? When you cut yourself, your first initial reaction
is to stop.
As soon as that pain hits, you pull. Yeah. You take away. I mean, you have to start here, and it's not like you.
That's dedication.
I mean, you have to go pretty.
That motherfucker really wanted to die.
You have to go pretty fucking deep. Don't even go there.
So what you're saying is neither of us could pull it off. But I wrote in the side notes, suck it, Jack Kevorkian.
Hey, but is this guy in Zach Bagans' museum, though? So Kevorkian's got the final laugh.
Oh, Kevorkian's fucking microbus or whatever the fuck.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's got a whole fucking room. No, but it takes that. You really have to want to kill yourself to get through that initial pain, which you right here, to continue to go all the way freaking around. Because
Yeah, which if you had run afoul at that man or he didn't like you, you must have been so happy that happened. Because if he slit his own throat, I bet you he would kick the fuck out of most people.
I would think so. Just for mere.
He'd be like, I'll literally rip your fucking tongue out through your asshole so you can taste yourself on your way out of this life.
What's that called? I've heard of a Mexican necktie, which is slice your throat and pull the tongue out.
I was going to say, is that kind of like a Cosby sweater? Or a Tallahassee gas mask? You ever heard of a Tallahassee gas mask? You want to know what it is?
No, not really.
I'm going to tell you anyway.
Okay,
it's when one splatter farts into a hotel-provided shower cap and then proceeds to sneak up on their loved one and put it around their face like a gas mask.
That's wrong on every kind of fucking level.
I mean, in this case, two wrongs make a right.
If you say so. Okay. So, we got a lot of suicides. We got more suicides?
Dude, we got a lot more.
Okay.
So, March 1937, Grace E. Magro. I didn't look up the pronunciation, so if I butcher any of these, I apologize. Excuse me. She fell from her 9th-story window, getting tangled in telephone wires on her way down. Yeah, authorities were unable to determine if it was a suicide or an accident. All I could think of with that is I was like, I bet you she went to see that original Tarzan movie in the movie theaters, and she was like, I can do that shit. And look what happened. Way to be. Good job, Grace. Fucking douche. I'm just kidding. R.I.P. Rotten piss.
Well, you never saw Jane swinging. She always had a hold of.
No, it was Grace.
Jane, Tarzan and Jane.
Yeah, I know what you meant. I know what you meant.
She was always riding on his hip.
Yeah, Jane rode on Tarzan's hip. Right. Grace went swinging herself.
Feminist. Damn feminist.
So, January 1938.
We lost the feminist movement here.
Sorry, not sorry. So, January 1938, Roy Thompson, 35 years old, was a U.S. Marine Corps fireman. He jumped off and was found on the skylight of a neighboring building.
Impaled?
No, he just like.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, fucked up. So, next, May 1939, Irwin C. Neblett, 39 years old, was found dead after ingesting poison. Yet again.
Neblet with a name like that?
I believe that is how it's pronounced. January 1940. Dorothy Seeger, 45 years old, a teacher who ingested poison and was found, quote-unquote, near death and later died in the hospital. This one's fucked. September 1944, Dorothy Jean Purcell, 19 years old, was sharing a room with her boyfriend, Ben Levine, who was 38, big pimpin', and unknowingly gave birth to a baby boy in the bathroom. She did it in the bathroom so she wouldn't disturb her sleeping boyfriend.
Hey, at least she's respectful.
Yeah, so that's going to go out the window real quick.
Literally.
Not figuratively speaking whatsoever. So what does she do? She goes in the bathroom, gives birth to a baby that she didn't know she was pregnant with. Okay. And then she thought that the baby was stillborn, so she threw it out the fucking window. Now, medical investigators, I guess, did some 1940s testing and found that the baby had inhaled oxygen after it was born. Therefore, the baby was clearly not stillborn. So the baby landed on an adjacent building. They found the body and everything. It's fucking awful. And she testified that she was mentally confused and was found not guilty by way of insanity in 1945. Fuck that trick.
First and foremost,
don't get knocked up by a dude twice your age. Well,
I have been.
Love is love.
The birthing room I have 2 children. I have seen 2 children born.
Head first, hopefully.
Yes.
Like a hairy grapefruit coming out of an Arby's sandwich.
It's not a pretty sight.
I've heard. Never seen it. Don't want to. If I knock somebody up, I'll be like, I'm going to be at the bar. You have fun. I don't love you anymore. You're tainted.
I've seen childbirth firsthand,
by the way,
on 2 different occasions. There's no quiet birthing.
That's what I'm saying.
I remember.
What does she like do the wooden spoon shit that they do in all the fucking old movies when they cauterize wounds and shit in war?
I literally, my hand got broken. I got called everything but a white man.
I was going to say, what was she doing? How do you give birth without having someone to yell at and telling them that they did this to you?
I mean, literally, it's like a scene in The Exorcist. It's not pretty.
Your semen, baby. Your semen pet is coming out of me.
She just went to the bathroom and basically pooped out a baby.
Yeah. Which apparently happens pretty often. There's a whole TV show called I Didn't Know I Was Pregnant.
How gaping is that? Never mind. Okay, continue.
Moving on. November 1947, Robert Smith, 35 years old, jumped out of a 7th floor window. That's about all we got there. October 1954, Helen Gurney, I believe, Gurney, 55, who she checked in under the name Margaret Brown, and a week later jumped from the 7th-story window, landing on the marquee. She really knew how to make an entrance. Yeah. February 1962, Julia Frances Moore, I can't read that age, I'm not going to lie to you, jumped from her 8th floor window and, what the fuck? Oh, she landed on a 2nd-story interior light well. So, she just wanted to brighten up her day, I guess.
That would be the worst way to die. You are so God, you know what? God, that was bad.
See, we can take one thing from that particular story, though.
What?
There really is a light at the end of the tunnel.
You just keep going with it. Double down on that shit. Oh. You know, if I was going to
She lights up my afterlife.
Oh, this is why we get fucking hate comments. I'm just saying. If I was going to take my own life, I sure the fuck wouldn't jump out of a freaking window.
Honestly, you know what I've always thought? I would just have I think we talked about it last week. I would have a Wile E. Coyote set up. Like, just drop a massively heavy, blunt object on me. Because then it's just, everything's gone. You're flat. Like, your brain doesn't have the ability to consciously, like, acknowledge that anything's going on around you because it's destroyed.
It's flattened.
Yeah. like fucking, what was it, like Final Destination, like 78 or something like that. The kid came out of the dentist and that pane of glass fell on him and just squished him. And me being a sick son of a bitch, I was like, that's awesome.
I liked, what was it, Lethal Weapon 2?
Which one? Which death?
The one at the end, the bad guy. Or the badass bad guy who...
Is that the one with the dump trucks and shit?
No, it was the one with the South Africans.
Oh, Lethal Weapon. I was thinking of Die Hard 2. Okay.
No, it was South Africans, and he drops a container on him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like that would be the, like, especially if like you could make it so that you didn't know it was coming. I feel like that would be the most painless way.
Yeah.
Oh my God, there's a video, I saw it. There's a Russian lady. She like gets dropped off by a cab or her kid or something like that after getting groceries, and like this giant block of ice fell off of the building she was walking into. Dude, you just see like 2/3 of a human body hit the ground, and like everything just turns red. It's so gnarly.
Did you get? You might get to it, but one of the deaths,
I've got every death.
Somebody jumped out a window and landed on somebody else and killed them.
Yeah, I've got every death.
Okay,
literally every death.
Get to that one. That fucking's awesome.
That's actually the next one.
Damn, I'm good.
He's clairvoyance.
Clairvoyance for you, paranormal.
So, October 1962, Pauline Otten, and who's 27, and George Giannini, 65. Pauline Otten jumped from a 9th floor window and landed on Giannini, killing them both instantly over an argument with her ex-husband. That fucking dick. And all I could think of while I was reading this story is like this old man, this nice old 65-year-old man, George, just like walking home after work. And he's like, man, I worked a fucking double. I didn't get any overtime. I stubbed my toe this morning. I fucking zicked my dick up in my trousers. Like, left my wallet. And then just, how could the day get any worse? And then here comes this fucking emotional bitch jumping out of a goddamn window, just going Nagasaki on this old fucking...
You're
Italian
Japanese.
man.
You can make that joke.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, do you think it was just like that too? You think he's just walking along like, I can't, or what, Italian? Oh, it was such a hard day. I can't wait to go eat some lasagna. And then
That'll make a bad day.
make a great movie scene though.
I can't believe somebody hasn't done that. Tom Cruise would
Give
live
me
through
time.
that. Tom Cruise would live through that shit though.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, next. June 1964. Jacques Ellinger, 29, was arrested in his blood-covered clothing hours after Pigeon Goldie Osgood, who was 65. She was known in the area for... She always wore like this Dodgers hat. They found it at the scene. Had like a bag of fucking bird seed with her. They all... Like, she was known... She was the bird lady.
The what?
She was the bird lady. She fed the pigeons in the park. Because they found this guy in that park. I can't remember the name of the park. She was the old lady that saved Kevin McAllister in Home Alone 2, but in L.A.
Really, Pretty Woman and Home Alone references in one show. Save some shit for next week.
You're welcome.
You think this is a Patreon episode? Jesus.
So that guy, Jacques Ellinger, was arrested in the park that she used to feed these pigeons at, in bloody clothing, hours after Pigeon Goldie Osgood was found in her room at the Cecil, and she had been raped, beaten, and stabbed. And he was later cleared of the murder, which remains unsolved.
Did they question Richard Gere?
Get on it, L.A. County prosecution. If I have to do your job one more time, I'm going to the Sarge. I'm getting a fucking transfer. I'm sick of this. I'm too old for this shit. Next. Oh yeah, I did write that down. Because she was Pigeon Goldie. You know what my theory is?
What?
Who killed her and beat her? And unfortunately, I'm not
Goldie Hawn was jealous?
No, it's those fucking fake ass CIA birds.
What year was this again?
64.
Possible.
The CIA birds fucking did Kennedy.
It wasn't the grassy knoll. They flew.
It was a fake peregrine falcon that dove at full speed. There's no way there was a camera at that time that could catch that kind of shutter speed. Anyway,
Anyway, continue.
December 1975, Alice Lowell, who was 23-ish. Yeah, I guess there was no guarantee because they don't. Well, we'll get into that. Who is still it's Allison Lowell, quote unquote, because she's still unidentified. She jumped from the 12th floor window, and the only reason they gave her that name is because I guess that's what she checked in under. She landed on the second floor roof as well. Next, September 1922.
1922. I thought we were in the 60s.
1992.
92. Jeez.
Eat a bag of dicks. Timeline. I don't know. I hate fucking trying to read stuff that I read online and they phrase stuff a certain way. A black dude was found in the alley. I don't know. I just don't like I know so many. I have so many black friends that are like, I don't like being. They don't like being called African American. They're like, I'm not fucking African. I mean, we all are technically, but they're like, I couldn't fucking tell you the last family member I had that was resided in an African country. I'm like, fair enough.
Cradle of civilization. That's all I know.
That's not untrue.
We're all African.
But so this dude was found in the alley behind the Cecil, and police said that he had been pushed, jumped, or fallen from the 15th floor, and he's still unidentified to this day. No fucking shit. He was pushed, he fell, or he had an accident.
Hey.
Or jumped. How the fuck else do you go out of a window to your death? You fall, you jump, or you get pushed. No fucking shit. Good job, Dick Tracy.
They were covering all the bases. They
Jesus
were guaranteed to get it right in one way.
Yeah, like what the fuck? That's Jerry Driver level investigation.
Oh, here we go.
Fuck you, Mr. Magoo, you fucking moron. Well, he fell from a 15th floor window. I'd imagine he was pushed, he fell, or he jumped. No, what else? Would he fucking skip? Did he jump rope out the fucking window? No, I don't think so, dick knob.
Maybe he was dancing.
That's racist. June 2015. We're jumping a little ahead. Yeah.
Oh.
June 2015, a 28-year-old male. That's it. That's all they had information-wise. It was found outside the hotel, possibly a jumper who, that's it. That was really it. Like, possibly a jumper. He was 28 and he was male.
Wait, how do you possibly jump? Did he hit the fucking ground?
Well, they don't know. Like, they don't know if he, like, if there was somebody pushed him or if it was an accident. Like, they're just, I would imagine more often than that. Which brings me to another point. Los Angeles County, step your fucking game up. Everywhere else you go and you stay in a hotel, you can't open the fucking windows. There's a fucking reason, dickface. So people can't jump out of them. Erp to derp a derp. You're just out here just allowing people to get Eric Clapton out of the fucking window like his kid.
Oh, that was just... Did his kid jump out of a window?
No, he dropped his kid out of a fucking window.
No shit.
Yeah, I've heard tale that's what Tears in Heaven's about.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, his 2-year-old fell
Was he
out of a
Michael
hotel
Jackson?
window. Yeah, but Michael Jackson pulled it off.
Which, how in the hell is that possible?
Well, the only time Michael Jackson pulled off a young boy. He's disrespectful. Eat my ass. So, anyway, now we come back. Oh, another sidebar for you true crime people. You motherfucker. A serial killer named Richard Ramirez.
Where have I heard that name before? Huh. That's right. The satanic serial killer.
The stalker of the night.
Or Night Stalker.
And another one, I can't remember I didn't write down his fucking first name for some reason, but his last name was Unterweger. He was German. He made grenade-shaped butt plugs for a living. So they both resided in the Cecil at respective times.
Well, didn't the German dude, didn't he stay there because... I know one serial killer or one murderer stayed there because Ramirez stayed there.
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
think
Maybe.
He's a fanboy.
What I found interesting was this shit was so fucked at this point that Richard Ramirez supposedly would stayed there while he was in the midst. See, I told you. I am the wealth of useless knowledge. Eric Clapton's kid. Splat.
That would be about the only thing.
Down Old Main Street.
That would be about the only thing that would make me want to fucking just go ahead and pull the trigger myself. I think I'd see if I'd beat him down.
There's just some just complete nihilist dude stand on the street. That was awesome.
I'd be like Keanu Reeves in Point Break, jumping out the plane without the parachute.
So anyway, speaking of Richard Ramirez, I found this one hilarious because of how fucked. Jesus Christ.
What?
Well,
what?
Still blaming it on Eric Clapton.
What you say?
Makes for a good conversation.
Right.
Apparently there was construction and the window was left open.
So he didn't drop him.
Well, Michael Jackson was declared innocent.
Well, Michael Jackson.
OJ didn't do it.
Michael Jackson didn't drop the kid. He just hung him out there and held on to him very awkwardly.
William Clinton did not have sexual relations with that woman.
Oh, yeah, he did.
Well, not according to him.
Well, because he
just like every president, what was the president that didn't inhale?
That was Big Bill.
Was it?
Yeah.
I mean, you can question me, but usually when it comes to the death of small children, I'm at least right a little bit. That's not something you want to fuck up. You don't want to be like, yeah, Eric Clapton dropped his kid out of a window, and Eric Clapton's like, my son died in Iraq.
Who is he? Biden? Jesus.
So anyway, this funny Richard Ramirez story. Apparently, he was staying there in the midst of his crime spree, his serial killery, and apparently, because this Skid Row was a thing and it was so far gone at this hotel by this point, mind you, if you look at the thumbnail and shit, it's literally crossed out where it's like cheap monthly rate, weekly rate, daily rate, but. So apparently Richard Ramirez, while he was in the midst of his killing spree, stayed at the Cecil Hotel. And from what I read, I don't know if this is entirely true. There's anything with any famous serial killer, there's going to be a lot of fucking hoopla. But I did read that apparently at least at one point in time, he went out, murdered somebody, was covered in blood, took off all his clothes, and walked through the lobby butt-ass naked to go to his room, and nobody did anything because apparently that was not that abnormal in the Cecil Hotel at that time.
Sounds like my kind of place.
That's what I was like, Jesus Christ. I was like, have you seen how scrawny that dude is? Like, he must have just been knee slapping his way through there. I'm just saying.
Hey, that's why I love L.A.
I mean, if cheap homemade porn has taught me anything, abnormally scrawny dudes just got fucking dongers. Just a fucking bat. Like a baby's arm holding an apple.
Oh shit, my battery's about to die.
That's why I bring my charger.
Oh.
Okay, where were we? Oh, so after that 2015 unidentified fucking...
Wait a minute. This is even after...
Yeah, I'm circling back.
I was going to say, because
she was 2013.
2013, yeah.
So, now we're on to the fucking point. February 19th, 2013, the year of our Lord, Mark McGuire. Elisa Lam, 21 years old, fucking dead. Let's get into it. Young, lovely, petite, Canadian college student. The child at the University of British Columbia in Vancouver. Even though apparently at the beginning of the school year of 2013, she was not registered at that school.
Yes, she was having some issues.
Yes, I will get into that. Please don't ruin everything. Shut the fuck up. So she was the daughter of immigrants from Hong Kong. I don't know the ease of Hong Kongese, Hong Kongites, Hong Kongonians, Hong Kongians.
I don't know.
Oh God, that's an interesting one. I'm gonna have to look that up one of these days. What do I have there? What is this? What is this? What is this? Show yourself to me. Ah, thank you. I don't know if he's watching, but thank you.
I've checked out this episode.
I'll check your episode out. So, as I said, she was the daughter of immigrants from Hong Kong. She went on a trip to see California. I forget. She had like a little name for this trip, and I can't remember what. I didn't write down what it is. But from my understanding, she started by visiting the San Diego Zoo, and she posted pictures and shit like that from San Diego Zoo to her social media accounts.
She's a big Tumblr.
She was a big something else before that, actually. I've got that, too. She switched to Tumblr at one point. So, and then she arrived in L.A. on January 26th and checked into the Cecil Hotel. She was originally assigned a shared room on the 5th floor, but the roommates in that room complained about her, quote-unquote, and this was quoted from the Cecil Hotel's lawyer after all this went down, or during. They complained about her odd behavior, and Elisa was moved to a room of her own after 2 days of living with the other girls. An orb passed when you touch your foot. That very well may have been a gnat. There's one annoying little fucking sky whore floating around here just waiting to be like...
I'm not talking.
Was that...
That was me.
Okay, I was just making sure. I was like, oh god, we're gonna die. The demons of Brownsville Road is here for our buttholes. So, foreshadowing, possibly, or necessary information, no matter what. Elisa had previously been diagnosed with bipolar disorder and depression, and was prescribed to take Wellbutrin, Lamictal. I'm not a fucking doctor. I don't know. Seroquel and Effexor. I know those the three of them though. In 2010, here we go with the fucking social media shit. In 2010, Elisa started a blog named Ether Fields on Blogspot, and she would post models in fashion clothing and shit like that, and different accounts on her life, which mainly focused on the struggles with her mental illnesses and mental health. So in 2002, she posted that a relapse had forced her to drop classes and left her feeling, quote unquote, utterly directionless and lost.
2012.
Yeah.
Okay, you said 2002.
2000, bite my ass.
I'm just trying to keep
Not
it straight.
you, I'm talking to the microphone.
I'm just trying to keep it straight because, well, was she
fuck you
8? She was Asian, so she could have been in college in 2002.
Yeah. So she said that, and the post was also titled, "You're always haunted by the idea you're You're always haunted by the idea you're wasting your life." I tried to get a little ahead of myself on that one. It's all right. You can do better. You're fucking Hispanic. You can do better. I'm Asian and I get more than that in my fucking Chipotle bowl. No, I get just the rice. Welcome to Chipotle. What you want? I want rice. You pick out all cilantro. Give me rice now. I'm allowed to do that.
I'm not.
So after this, Elisa abandoned Blogspot for her new Tumblr blog, which was called Nouvelle Nouveau, made up of mostly fashion posts and quotes and a few posts of like in her own words.
Right.
So you fucking little bitch. I'm gonna get him one of these days. So we jump to the disappearance.
Well, you want to lead up since we have the video?
Do we want to do lead up to it and then do the video? Because I will mention the video.
Okay, when you mention the video, I'll play the video. That's all I'm here for, just to play the video.
Like I work my way up to the video.
But do me a favor.
What?
Move that can. I can't see my freaking... I got to work the board.
There you go, babe.
Thank you.
So, again, Elisa was, her from all accounts that I read, Elisa came from a loving, caring family and all that shit.
Parents were very worried about this.
Yeah,
trip.
so when she hadn't called home the day that she arrived in LA and was supposed to check into the Cecil, her parents contacted the local police department and then ended up flying to California to help search for their kid.
Right.
No shit. And that's when stuff started going on. Nothing was really coming up, and that's when the police released the elevator video to the public, which we have.
You just tell me when you want me to play it.
You can play it because everything after this is theorization of.
Now, just so everybody knows, this is directly from the hotel.
This is CCTV from
so
the
it's very
hotel.
pixelated.
Yeah,
it's not.
Because
HD.
a lot of people said that they're like, it's terrible quality. Why is it such bad? Because it's a fucking closed caption or a closed circuit TV in fucking 2013. Dipwad.
And there is some controversy around this.
Yeah, like chill the fuck out. She's not. Martin Scorsese's not out here wiring up fucking cameras in hotels.
And we did get this from our YouTube channel. It is in the description if you want to check it out with their interesting baseline. I had to get rid of that shit.
I don't want to
know. But here's the video. It's like I said, it's pixelated. And it's about 2 minutes long. We're going to kind of walk you through it. So if you're listening to this on the podcast feed, we're going to kind of give a rundown, play-by-play, John Madden, as Travis said earlier. So you ready?
Born that way.
All right, let's play it. Oh, there we go. All right.
Door opens.
Door's open. She's walking
Walks in. Like, overly studiously looks at that fucking thing. And punches at least, four buttons?
4 or 5 buttons. Now, she did not have her glasses on. She wore glasses, so that could have been what. Now, this is where it gets weird.
Yeah.
She's looking out very like somebody's following her. And she hides up there in the corner. I just don't. And then, why isn't this fucking door closing?
That's what really weirded me out.
She looks out again, like somebody's following her, or she hears something.
I think I might have got it.
She steps out of the freaking
Looks like she's about to take a piss. Steps back in.
She's doing the hokey pokey. She's in and out. Put your right foot in.
Off camera.
Now she's gonna come back in.
And then you get into this weird shit where everybody's talking about how weird her fucking wrists get and her
it's almost
hands.
right here like she's talking to somebody.
Yeah.
Which you can't really see, but she's doing something. And why the fuck isn't this door closing?
Right.
Now, I heard some people talk about that it might have been in service mode. It's almost like somebody pissed her off. How she entered back in.
And now she's pressing more buttons.
Hey, push all the fucking buttons.
Right, just...
literally, which is what she's doing.
I like to do that before I get off the elevator with other people.
She pushes the button and goes back out. What?
Yeah. And then it starts getting real odd with her hands.
And this is like she's talking to somebody, or she's feeling for somebody.
No, she's definitely talking to somebody.
She is talking to somebody.
Whether they're there or not.
Now, it's important to note she is bipolar, and there are reports that she was didn't take all her meds at this time. So she leaves. She goes off this, but she's going to come back in eventually. Maybe. I don't fucking know. Where's she at? Where's she at? Hooker, come back. Why isn't the door fucking closing?
And that's what I'm saying, because you can see the buttons are all in a row. Usually, and also the door ajar button.
Oh, the door's closing.
Yeah.
And the door is closing.
Does not.
Okay. Now it should be going somewhere. Ooh, look at the mist. CCTV.
Yeah, that's cum.
Oh, the door opens up, and obviously it did not go anywhere because I think she comes back in, if I remember right. Oh, door closes again. Immediately. Which, why wasn't it closing before? This is what is fucking weird about this. Now,
I mean, when she's standing in the doorway, that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? But
this elevator is obviously moving.
It's in a different place now.
Yeah, because you look at it, and it is on a different floor.
Yeah.
Because the buttons are gone. So, a lot of this, people are saying that she's in a manic state from her...
A psychotic episode.
And if I remember correctly from what I did hear, she was complaining about people were following her.
Mm-hmm. She said something about posted it on Tumblr, I believe, about she was going out and hopefully no creepers messed with her, and said something about the Mexican and Italian men.
Why she gotta be
were
racist?
would if you reacted at all would really come at you with the just cat calling and hey ma, what's your name is?
But what's weird?
Hey,
now,
Ling Ling.
There is some in the actual video. I kind of cropped it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
The timestamp is blurred out.
Yeah. Well, because there is speculation on that because there is supposedly almost a minute cut out, but this is what was released to the public, and I guess the reasoning behind that is it wasn't explained as like this is exactly what it is, but I guess somebody somewhere said that it is most likely because they clipped that part out because there was somebody on that camera feed that was proven to be not connected to what was going on. So to withhold the identity of that other person, that I guess that's the answer to the speculation of the trimming, which isn't like a hardcore answer or anything like that, but like
No, Lamont, she's not on an acid trip. She's just
there was all kinds of speculation about like ecstasy and and then they did the toxicology report came back with just her normal drugs plus like ibuprofen and one other thing and like 0.02% blood alcohol.
I think it's more rational. Okay, we could look at this a few different ways. A, she was in a manic state from her bipolar.
Well, I read people were saying that she was just having a straight up psychotic episode,
which can happen with bipolar people. It's just not being a bitch.
Yeah, like it's a whole different thing.
There is some
like
shit.
I mean, basically they're saying that she fucking snapped.
But also, she looks scared. Bastard. She looks bitch. She looks scared.
It depends on it's a second to second thing. She looks scared at one point. She looks pissed. She almost. I'm not trying to play devil's advocate on purpose here, but like when she first comes out and like she does a little check, it almost looks like she's like hee ha haing with somebody. Like, well, where you at?
Right.
Where you at, Italian guys and Mexican guys?
Now
that wasn't me saying that. She's the one that pointed out that Italians and Mexicans in LA are apparently aggressive flirts.
We can make the door not closing. See, with this being an edited video, this is edited.
You never nothing can be legitimately speculated upon.
Maybe that door is not closing it's the way they cut it. Maybe. I don't know. So nothing is foolproof. Nothing is 100%. The elevator is acting strange. She is obviously interacting with something, either in her own mind.
Yeah, like one way or another. There's something outside of, or at least what she perceives to be outside of herself, involved in that situation. Because it straight looks like she's just talking to somebody at one point. Like she's hand talking. And then my thing was like, everybody was like, oh, the hands and the blah, 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 they morphed. I'm like, it's fucking closed circuit TV.
Right, yeah, you're going to have some
and like
weird
really, if you sit there
pixelation
and you take I can't do it because I have fat fucking everything. My wrists are like fucking donkey chodes and my fingers are like goddamn Johnsonville fucking brats. But like,
now I'm hungry. Well,
the girls from Morbid, I listened to theirs and they were like, I can do that. I'm doing it right now. And I was like, yeah, like if you really look at it, like if you count the shitty camera quality and shit like that, like it's not completely outside the realm of possibility. It just looks fucking weird.
Right. It's just,
which it kind of looks like some tweaker shit.
Yes, but you can't rule out that she's interacting with something, whether we can see it, it's a real person,
whether it's a concrete thing or not,
or
there's some type of like dialogue and shit going on at one point.
What are you looking at?
Nothing. I forgot you moved your room around. The light catches a shadow off your dresser now, and I was like, why is it so fucking dark right there?
Or it's maybe something paranormal. Maybe she's interacting with Richard Ramirez's ghost. I don't know. I can't rule out anything. Or maybe there's somebody there that we can't see. Or like in Morbid they talked about, and there's that conspiracy theory that this was edited. Maybe it was edited out to take out the person.
That's what like people. There was speculation about like there being an edit and there being, I guess somebody got their hands on the actual timestamp of the video and there was almost a minute missing. And I guess the only thing anybody had to say to that was it may or may not have contained somebody who has been cleared of any involvement with that girl, and to protect their identity, they clipped that out. Which, if that's true, that's legit. I'm cool with that. Like, if it's like a guy, if it's like the end of the fucking video or towards the end of the video, and like that elevator did in fact go to a different level or a different floor, and some guy just happened to walk by and be like, huh,
you crazy.
Check this shit out. Like, if that's what happened, like, you know, kudos. Like, that's cool. I get it. Protecting identity of people who are innocent of anything, that's fair, but nobody fucking knows. Nobody's legitimately taken to the media or anything like that to say that that's what that was.
We have no idea. But being Ghost in the Night Paranormal Podcast, I'm saying it's a fucking ghost. She's interacting. She's seeing something.
I think it was the chupacabra.
That little well, she'd be looking. Well, that could have been.
Where are you at, whore?
She's down there laying on the.
Well, I've got all this random shit. Like
Hey.
There, like we said, there's people saying that, speculating on her being pursued by someone, which it couple times in that it does look like she's hiding from somebody or trying to get away from somebody or avoid somebody.
Well, if you're hiding from somebody, the elevator's a shitty place to do it.
The psychotic episode due to a mental illness.
Right.
Fair.
Tripping balls.
Can't be left out. Drugs. All the drugs.
Well, of course, you remember they didn't find her. You'll tell everybody when they found her, but when they found her, drugs could have been out of the system. I imagine drugs would be hard to find at that point.
Well, I mean, they did find stuff in her toxicology report,
really?
but they found the 4 medications.
Wasn't it like 3 weeks later they found her?
Yeah, but they found the 4 medications she was prescribed to, ibuprofen and some other prescription drug in a very small trace amount. Because they also found something, some type of particle or something like that like only showed up in the water.
Was that right? But it was stuck to her body.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I like more of it.
And like when the body was dry, nothing. But like in the water itself, they found this whatever the fuck it was. I don't know. I'm not a fucking scientist as much as I like to act like I am on certain topics.
CIA did it.
The Kia.
She was a spy.
Those fucking hamsters.
Okay.
Those fucking hamsters in the Kia commercial. The CIA, the Kia.
Okay. I don't trust any hamster.
So do we want to jump ahead to the Discovery?
Yeah, go ahead. You do what you want. It's your world. I'm just living it. What?
Gonzo ruined it.
What?
He fucking commented on the YouTube stream. I actually have that written later. I just have a list of possible bullshit suspects. I was like, Alex Jones? I was like, did the water turn the freaking frogs gay? So fast forward to Elisa Lam's missing. Nobody can fucking find her. They had police dogs all throughout the hotel, top to bottom, roof and everything. Right. Couldn't find this fucking girl.
They did pick up her scent going to a fire escape, which
we will get to. So 3 weeks after, I agree. Moon Unit. Sorry for everybody that's listening to this on the RSS feed. That is a good point in the comment section. Why didn't they just say there was someone completely unconnected in the video, and that's why they clipped that part out? I don't fucking know.
That would make more sense.
But you'd be like, now the time that's missing here is because a man that they wanted to keep the identity. Oh, we have a live feed of him? Hello. Bitch, the fuck you talking to me for? That's what I'd do, at least. So 3 weeks after her disappearance, a maintenance worker named Santiago Lopez was...
He's from Wisconsin?
Yeah. So he went to check the water storage tanks on the roof because by this time people were complaining, patrons of the hotel were complaining about their water pressure being off, a discoloration of the water, sometimes to the extreme of coming out basically black, and a just terrible taste. So he goes poking around, and what does he find in one of these water storage tanks? The bloated and slightly decomposed naked body of Elisa Lam. And I did say, I guess there was speculation as to whether the cover was on or off.
I've heard both.
I heard both in multiple different occasions.
Right.
So he finds her. Like I said, no like alarmingly abnormal drug results in her toxicology report. They said that there was no sign of sexual abuse, even though with that, let's see, I gotta jump around here a little bit because this is just like theoretical hypothesizing at this point. They said that there was no sign of sexual abuse, but there was a substantial pooling of blood in Elisa's anal area, which some suggest is a sign of sexual abuse. Even though one pathologist said that it could have just resulted from the bloating and the decomp, which I'm not a fucking...
3 weeks later, nothing's for sure.
Yeah, I'm not a fucking pathologist or a crime scene investigator, so I don't fucking know. But on top of that, and this could have to do with the bloating and the decomposition because of how decomposition works, especially in a humid, wet, moist environment. But, you know, gross for some people, but her rectum was also prolapsed, which, if you don't know, is when your asshole gets turned inside out. Call it a pink sock in the streets.
God.
But like, you know what I mean? So like, you could, both things could be thrown into the argument of sexual assault or sexual abuse.
Who knows?
Because both, like, I would imagine both those things can happen from, I mean, you know, not to make it too blunt, but forced sodomy. You know, it's not abnormal for rectal bleeding and prolapse to happen from stuff like that.
If you say so. I'm not an expert in prolapse rectum.
You know how fucking dark I am. Like,
I try to stay away from this topic.
So again, like and like he said, the one hit that the dogs made, from what I understand, was on a fire escape, because the hotel's biggest thing was there was multiple locking alarmed doors keeping people from that roof access. Which
the guy who found the body had to turn off the alarm.
Yeah, he deactivated the alarm to get up to the roof.
Because from what I've heard, if that alarm went off, it alerted the front desk and the two highest floors.
Yeah.
Like a fire alarm.
Yeah.
So if
somebody opens that door that doesn't have a fucking key, either they're doing something wrong or there's a serious reasoning for it.
Right.
And other people need to know about it. You know what I'm saying? But like, so, and apparently there was like locking doors, there was fucking alarm systems, there was passcodes of some sort, which like I'm like,
which seems
you have a fucking hotel on Skid Row, but you've got what is this fucking? This isn't Mission Impossible. What are you walking around? People are like, like the fucking Santiago Lopez is scanning his fucking cornea to get into the fucking fire escape or the fire.
Tom Cruise
rooms.
did it. Fuck it.
God damn it, Tom. No, there's no way. He's not tall enough to reach into that fucking thing.
He's a Scientologist. He can do whatever the fuck he wants.
I mean, well, and mind you, these were 8, I think it was 8 feet was the approximate height of these storage tanks, plus being elevated on at least one cinder block apiece. So it's at 8, almost 9 foot.
Yeah.
8 foot 8, 8'10", something like that. Plus maybe a little bit of like a bell-shaped housing or conical-shaped housing on the top. Like, we're not talking about a small fucking structure.
No.
And we're talking about, I think, like a 5'3" or 5'4", rather petite 21-year-old girl. Because the other thing is, if that, again, there's speculation. I've heard both sides of the story of the lid being on and not being on when they found her.
Which,
if it was,
it would be.
There's no fucking way, because that water does not rise to the point of the opening of it. So she would have to put it in a place where she could reach it, tread water, and also create enough force to come up out of the water high enough to grab that, be able to move it without having anything to plant herself on to support that weight, and then close it on herself.
So if it was closed, that definitely means somebody did this.
Yeah, or Santiago Lopez was like, "Oh shit, man, it's Friday. I'm not doing this shit. I close. Fuck it."
Now,
it's my niece's quinceañera this weekend. I'm not. Fuck that. We find that bitch on Monday.
But you would think the dogs, because they had the dogs walked right by that, would pick. How good are the LAPD's fucking dogs?
Well, that's what I was thinking. Like, and the other thing, did you happen to see if they found her clothing?
Well, see, from one of the podcasts I listened to, there was mixed. It was one of those.
There's a lot of fucking shady details on this.
One thing report says she was naked. The other report says she wasn't. So who the fuck knows?
I don't know. How long have we been going?
Actual an hour and 22 minutes, but so about an hour and 10 of actual podcast.
Really?
Yeah.
Time flies when you're fucking talking about prolapse rectums. Oh, look.
And we still have more.
So now we get into theoretical crime scenology.
But you might have said it. I might have missed it. Actual cause of death was drowning, according to the
accidental drowning is what was put on her her certificate of death.
Accidental drowning. My anus.
I mean, when
my
the
prolapsed
fuck,
anus.
Unless it's murder, when is there not accidental drowning? I guess like if you hit your head and fall, like that can happen. But like as far as I know, the human body is incapable of drowning itself.
I don't know.
I hear
drowning is the best way to go.
I've heard it gets very peaceful, but from what I understand, your reactionary, I would assume your reptilian brain
would fight for survival.
Your survival tactics will not let you drown yourself, which makes sense. Like self-preservation. It's like I said, we still have that lobe of our brain that is called the reptilian brain for a reason. That's literally all it does.
You're a reptilian, aren't you?
We all are.
I think you.
Well, they name it that because it's very similar to how the brain of a reptile works.
Sam triple hat there.
But you know the whole thing, right?
Oh, right, yeah.
Like it's literally for those that don't.
The base of our skull.
Yeah,
right
for
here.
those that don't know, there is a part of the brain that they call the reptilian brain, and like literally all it is survival.
For you creationists, they're saying bullshit.
I didn't come from monkeys. No, I guess said it like 2 weeks ago. We all came from single-celled fucking organisms. Monkeys, lizards, fucking us, dinosaurs that didn't fucking exist. Oh, I'm sorry. Dinosaurs walked with Jesus. The fuck they did. First off, scientifically, that was impossible because they could not live in the same fucking atmospheric makeup as a fucking human being. And second, a T-Rex would butt fuck your lord. Hey. I'm sorry, he would. A T-Rex would eat the fuck out of Jesus. He'd be like, "Come here, Mandels." Like, nice smock. What, you think you're special because you don't know who your dad is?
Oh, you are. We are going to lose a lot of fuckers on this one.
I've been very apparent with my point of view on religion. This is my point of view. I don't push it on anybody else. More power to you. Believe whatever you want and whatever gets you through the day.
Now we're all burning in hell. Oh, ooh, that went down a little rough.
That's what she said. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. It's going to sound so weird on the actual mic.
So, where are we at? Body's fine. Here's where it gets weird.
We're speculating at this point. Because, I mean, I don't even, like, literally everything I have is just, like, we talked about the lid being on and off. We talked about the rectal prolapse, the anal pooling.
Anal pooling.
Well, some people.
That sounds like a party I want to go to.
Well, somebody brought up the fact that her Tumblr account was still actively putting out shit after she died.
But
Tumblr is just like any other social media now. You can pre-schedule and you can put shit up and be like, okay, upload Tuesday at 9 a.m.
Right.
So that's probably what that was. But at the same time, Tumblr never came forward and was like, yeah, she pre-scheduled these posts, which you would think they could fucking do. Sorry. That one actually, like, the Tumblr thing was, like, when I heard that they never said anything, I was like, fuck Tumblr. Fucking do something.
Or the killer had her phone and was posting stupid true crime memes.
He would have to have her phone.
Right. Her phone was never found. They never found her phone.
It was in her prolapsed rectum.
You'd think they would have found that.
Or it was on
iPhone
her
5.
when she went in there and it fucking that gross ass water just ate it.
But so either whoever killed her was, posting memes on Tumblr. She downloaded or pre-set up post
which to me is
2013.
I mean, that was a thing.
It was a thing, but it's a thing now.
No, it was a thing in 2013.
I know, but it was still beta. Probably they were still
master beta.
Yes, or she was doing it from beyond the grave. Being Ghost of the Night, I'm going with option C.
Ghost Tumblr, Gumbler. What would a dating site for ghosts be called?
That would be called our time, because everybody's got one foot in the grave.
I feel like we could come up with a pretty good name.
Well, we'll a paranormal dating site.
You fucking team up. You get copyright allowances from Ghostbusters and slime her.
We ought to come
with
up
Slimer with a fucking dildo on his forehead.
You got eHarmony. We ought to come up with our own dating website.
G-Harmony?
Or Plenty of Ghost dating site, or we ought to come up with a paranormal group dating site. You got
Plenty of Albert Fish.
Farmers Only. Jew-Date.
It's J-Date.
J-Date, Jew-Date, whatever the fuck it is.
Well, there's also H-Date for people that are I think H-Date is either HIV positive or herpes simplex 1. Which, like, I've heard people be like, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, fuck you. That's great. Like, why wouldn't you have that be a thing?
I'm telling you, I'm seeing millions. We're going to start a paranormal group dating site for just paranormal freaks. Paracondract.com.
I got it.
What?
Ghosted.
Oh, I like it.
Suck it, Tumblr. Suck it, Grinder. Oh, God. That's ballsy saying that one.
Moon, Ghost together.
That's not bad.
That's not bad. I like ghosted.com.
So you got to have two. You got to have one for dating and one for just hookups. So the Tinder of the ghost world would be Ghosted. Because you're going to get some D or some V, and then you're going to get ghosted.
D or some V.
Some penis or some vaginas.
I like it.
He said that magical area where the penis is met the vaginas.
$1 million moment right now. You know what? Luckily, we don't have a lot of followers, so nobody will steal it right away. We got a couple weeks.
Oh, man. I'll think of some good ones. I don't even know, man.
BeyondTheGrave.com. We'll have meetups in cemeteries.
Oh, man. Tap my casket. Anyway, back to the story at hand.
Where are we? I
mean, really, all I have on top of anything else is, I don't disagree with her family on this one. Is like they did file a wrongful death lawsuit against the owners of the hotels because. But
I get it.
Well, without them calling it a murder, like. Yeah, you let somebody get access to the roof of your fucking building, but at the same time, we're talking about a hotel that had at least 15 floors, or at least 14, because no hotel has a 13th floor.
Because we're a bunch of candy-ass pussies.
Well, I don't know. I don't know when that rule started to be a thing.
Oh, that has been a thing since they started building skyscrapers.
Skyscrapers. You were the one that was around, not me.
You can...
at least that one was kind of funny.
Bite my prolapse rectum.
I'm not trying to get a mouthful of pink sock tonight, but thank you. But like, I don't disagree with them filing that lawsuit.
I got a question.
What?
If you have a hernia and a prolapse, does it look like two ball sacks?
Huh.
Just for any medical professionals out there, email us at gitmpodcast@gmail.com.
Like you got stabbed or run through, as they said back in the day, by a gigantic version of a dog's red rocket. In through the belly button, out through the ace hole.
Speaking of that, on the route, I got attacked by a dog. Motherfucker.
Did you punch it?
No, the lady was standing right there. And it was a boxer. I love boxers.
Perfect dog to punch.
I would have felt bad ripping the little thing's jaw off its freaking skull.
Yeah, so it's like, at this point, we have the, like, what do we got? I don't know. And there's also speculation. I don't know what the fuck this has to do with her finding her body 3 weeks later in a goddamn pool of water or a container of water. But somebody said something about maybe she had tuberculosis because there was a tuberculosis outbreak on Skid Row at the time. Like, what the fuck does that have to do with her being in a goddamn water containment unit?
Well, the conspiracy, people went all conspiratorial on this. Said she was part of a trial, of TB. Speaking of TB, you know what I watched last night? What do we talk about on the show all the fucking time?
Wrestling?
What movie? I'm your Huckleberry.
Oh, you watched Tombstone?
It was on last night.
It's so good.
Especially since I watched that Val Kilmer.
He says, "You goddamn cheating son of a bitch." He said, "Why?
Whatever
do you mean?"
It was on last night. I had to watch it. If it's on, I watch
it.
Oh,
yeah, I always watch Tombstone. It's fantastic.
When he shoots Johnny Ringo.
Yeah.
Come on. Oh, I love that shit.
Dude, oh my God. When fucking Wyatt Earp just like has that derp moment and he's just like, no, and he just starts blasting motherfuckers.
Says, what's he doing? Down there walking on the water. Oh, I could watch that.
That movie is like literally, I saw a video of this. It's I can't remember his name. He's a black dude on like TikTok or Instagram or something like that. He made a video about it, and he was like, if y'all motherfuckers have not seen this movie, this is the most gangster fucking movie ever, and it really is. I stand by it. I say it every time Tombstone comes up. But when Ike fucking is like, please don't shoot me, I ain't got no gun, he said, get to fighting or get out, and he just fucking threw him. And he said, what you afraid to fight me, Wyatt? He said, I'm in Huckleberry. Just drunk as fuck the whole time. His chick gave him a blowjob. He said, you are the devil.
What did I say? I forget it. Anyway, I told you about, I watched that thing on Val, that documentary. It's on Amazon Prime.
I can't believe he's still alive.
Oh, it's fucking sad.
He looks like shit. Yeah. And I'm not trying to be a dick.
No,
he legitimately looks like shit.
Val Kilmer was a good-looking motherfucker back in the day. Iceman was... And not a lot of people remember Top Secret.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that reminds me, speaking of movies, Invisible Man.
The new one or the
no. Either
Kevin
one.
Bacon one?
Either one. I can't. God damn it! It was like right at the end. I was in a rush to get here. There was a fucking like league or coalition or some shit that met at the Cecil or like adjacent to the Cecil. It was the something of invisibility or some shit like that.
This gets into conspiratorial shit.
It does, but why not talk about it?
Because I don't know a lot about it.
It's just like when you're like, yeah, so I was
what you're saying is
going
she
to
was
my
killed by
hotel
an
room
invisible
and
man?
this Arabic guy got on the elevator. Not that it matters that he's Arabic, but it's part of the story, so why leave it out?
I don't know.
That's my answer every time. Like if I'm telling a story,
I'm not done talking about Tombstone yet. God damn it.
Tombstone.
I don't know who. Obviously, I don't think this female, Elisa, killed herself by any stretch of any imagination. Somebody killed her.
Or somebody helped her at least.
No, somebody murdered her. Somebody murdered her.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like my only other explanation is somebody helped her that was also fucking crazy. And I'm not trying to talk shit, but clearly from everything that I see from this fucking disappearance and death, whether it was drug-induced or lack of drug-induced or something, like that girl was not in her right mind during at least a portion of these goings-on. Which I'm not, like, shaming her for that. You know, we all, like I say all the time, we all have our cross to bear. But, like, there's clear evidence that for some reason, whether explainable or not, she was not behaving in a...
rational or sane
Yes.
way. Yes.
Like, she was not in her right mind for at least a portion of the goings-on of this
was
story.
that her mental illness, her bipolar? Was that she was spooked by something paranormal, or she was spooked by something, by somebody she felt threatened was coming after her?
Yeah.
One of those three things.
Well, in the whole thing with the mental illness is, like, I read somewhere that her siblings or her parents or somebody said that, like, if this was what happened, it's not the first time that she either took it upon herself to change her dosage of her prescription drugs or stop taking them. I guess if that happened, it was not the first time, but they did find trace amounts of her prescription drugs in her toxicology report.
If I remember, whatever I listened to, I forget which podcast I listened to, she took them all but one, apparently.
I don't. It's so speculative.
Right. I mean, who the fuck knows?
Like, I don't think that there was a total lack of nefarious involvement of another person.
I'm going full bore.
It was Bigfoot.
The Night Stalker fucking ghost did this. Richard Ramirez did it from beyond the grave. Fuck this shit.
Ghosted.com
when did he
coming your way.
When did they lethal inject his ass?
I don't know.
Or
Bree? Anybody?
It was a satanic ritual. So Satanist got her because, actually, well, here's what happened. Damien Eccles was out he got out in 2011. He flew to LA.
It was the West Memphis 3.
It was West Memphis 3 did it.
He did magic with a K. It was fuck. I was gonna make a joke that not everybody would get, but I can't think of the guy's name. Fuck.
But why does
I was gonna say a racist joke.
Well, let's don't do that now.
Well, I mean, I'm allowed to do it. It was an Asian
Towards Asians.
Yeah, it was an Asian joke. I was gonna say it was the guy from Rush Hour. The blonde guy.
Blonde?
Yeah, the bad guy from Rush Hour.
I
can't remember his fucking
name. I don't
name.
like Chris Tucker or Jackie Chan.
Racist.
Me? No.
I don't like Chris Tucker or Jackie Chan, but what a fucking Tombstone with Val Kilmer and fucking
Kurt Russell.
And Kurt Russell and fucking what's his tits? Sam Elliott.
Powers Booth and
with all
Bill
those
Paxton.
All those white guys. That was great. Billy Zane. Yeah, Billy Zane was in there. Let's not forget that.
Yes, he was.
The best actor of all time.
He can
Billy Zane. William Zane.
What's his name from 90210? Priestley? Jason Priestley?
Oh,
he was
I think he's beautiful. That guy?
He was my friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the one where they were making fun of Billy Zane when he was performing Faust, and he was like, blah, 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 and that guy's just like, I think he's beautiful.
Oh, homoerotic there, but that's okay.
I mean, if you really want to break it down, there's a certain level of homoeroticism in almost every film, TV show, or anything.
Well, what was in the one guy? Wasn't the mayor the guy from Lost?
I don't know. I've never watched Lost. I think I've seen like maybe 10 minutes of any episode of Lost combined. I mean, apparently it's a fucking good show. I don't know.
Oh, it was good.
I heard it was good until the last 2 seasons.
Yeah, and the last episode, fuck you guys. You fucked up a good show. I watched it recently, last year. I went through them all. I got just as pissed off the second go-around as I did the first go. Oh, are we done with this topic?
There's really no hardcore closeout. We can't, like, it's whatever you fucking think it is. Whoever
it's unsolved. Well, I shouldn't say
whoever's listening, it's whatever your mind puts together. You know goddamn well if you listen to this show that we do not always. We usually see eye to eye on the outcome or the culmination of something, but we have our own reasonings for thinking the overall outcome or end result.
There's a lot of freaky shit going on. Why didn't the alarms go off?
Yeah.
Okay, was it because...
Which the only reasoning for me is somebody who worked there or stole the fucking... It's not even stealing the keys, because from what I understand, there were codes.
Yeah, you had to have a code. So
you had to be a fucking a secret agent to get your way through there, or she went up the fucking fire escape.
But
or she's like, what? I don't think she King Konged her way up the fucking side of the building. She's whapping fucking biplanes off and shit.
So,
well, I guess she'd be Godzilla.
Was it a employee? Maybe. Was it supernatural? Maybe. Or was the alarm just not fucking working? This is a fucking hotel in Skid Row. Very possible. I'm surprised the elevator.
It could be fucking anything.
But because this is Ghost in the Night,
it's Skid Row. Have you ever seen Skid Row? Like, not even in person. Like, go on YouTube and just watch a video of somebody like with a body camera just walking through Skid Row. It's like a fucking. It's a slum town in the middle of LA. Right. It's crazy. And I'm not shitting on the homeless community. I think.
Speaking of Skid Row, Sebastian Bach
sucks.
Oh, he lost all credibility.
And he needs to stop getting plastic surgery.
He lost all credibility when he was a series regular on the Gilmore Girls. Just saying.
I didn't even know that.
Yes.
I have a penis. I've never watched the Gilmore Girls.
I was in a relationship. Had to watch it.
He was also in a handful of episodes of Trailer Park Boys.
But I was watching.
As was Snoop Dogg.
With my significant other, watching Gilmore Girls because, I watched it,
Because you were pussy whipped.
No, I liked pussy, so therefore I watched it.
He said, I don't get pussy whipped. I whips pussy.
And I was like, wait a minute. I said, rewind that. Was that Sebastian Bach?
Was it like every other cameo that Sebastian Bach does?
No, he was actually in several episodes. Bach? It wasn't just...
Was he Sebastian Bach in the show, though?
No.
You can't fucking do that. You can't just It's just like when they put fucking Dave Navarro in... What was that? Dave Navarro was in like Sons of Anarchy or some shit. Like, you can't do that. Fuck you. It doesn't work like that.
Lamont wants to know, why does aliens hate white people?
Same reason we all hate white people.
Hey.
They ruin everything they touch. That's just people.
I don't ruin shit.
That's just people in general.
Anyway.
Because they're the only ones fucking bored enough out there trying to fuck goats in the middle of Tennessee that they're like, yeah, I'll go with you. You can put it in my butt. Can I bring my goat?
You sure it was white people? Mermaids, manatees. You sure it was a white guy? Okay, maybe it was.
Manatees are aliens.
We need to do. You know what I was thinking?
I thought about doing Project High Jump this week.
Didn't we already do Project High Jump?
No, we did Blue Beam.
And we did Antarctica.
Yeah, but High Jump goes more into the Hollow Earth thing.
Okay.
Like in a more detailed fashion.
Well, we haven't done We haven't not done a cryptid in a while.
I mean, what cryptid are we gonna do though? That's not done to death.
I say we do Mothman. Okay, fuck it. Then we.
I mean, I'm down. I just feel like we would have to throw in like at least one more to get a good like hour, 15 hour and a half.
We only need about 15 minutes. We can bullshit the other. Hour,
I mean, that's true.
Hour and 45 minutes.
That's true. Oh, I actually have something in my show notes. It's what is it? It's a book by what's his name? I can't remember the name, but it's a book by this guy that he wrote. He wrote some of the Tarzan novels and a couple other things, and like there's a book that he wrote. I can't remember the name of it. I have it written down. I have it in my notes on my phone. That like he talks about this whole thing. He kind of makes like situations and scenarios and worlds and stuff like that. It has to do with the speculative evolution that I've talked about before, which we could do a whole episode on. I think it's super cool. Like there's stuff within speculative evolution that points straight to possibly being a explanation for a lot of stuff, because one of these books, like the cover, whatever the creature is in the book that is the antagonist, I guess, that is on the cover is the fucking Mothman. Like it looks just fucking like him. Just like in a speculative evolution book, there is a dinosauroid, which they said was a speculative evolution we've talked about. For those who don't know, it's somebody taking anything or any genus or species or family and evolving it to whatever their mind sees. Like Phil's dying.
What the fuck are you talking about?
It's
God.
It's a literal interpretation of what it's called. It's speculative evolution or a speculative zoology. So somebody can take like a bullfrog and whatever you can fantasize in your mind for that bullfrog to turn into because of some environmental change or something like that. You draw it, and it's like, this could be a thing if this happens. And there's these dinosauroids that are basically a cross between a reptile and a human, and they look... This is in a book. This is in like the most popular speculative evolution book ever. There is a picture of it, and they look exactly what people say a reptilian extraterrestrial looks like. And this book was also released within, I think, a 10-year period of the whole Roswell thing. So it all just kind of lines up to me.
I'm telling you, well, we've talked about doing a magic type, you know, and we've done a little bit about manifestation.
Excuse me.
But I think we need to do an episode on Slender Man.
Oh, yeah.
Because
we could do Slenderman, and then we could roll in that one from a couple of years ago.
But there's the
super smiley thing that was like telling kids to kill their parents and shit. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head.
There's and not just normal Slenderman shit. There's a big... You've heard of the word of tulpa, right?
Yeah.
When you put that much energy in the internet, that's one thing about the internet. You put that much energy out into the world,
and it's inevitable that somewhere's going to find it.
The concept of a tulpa is that you can manifest anything.
Yeah.
You know, we've covered manifestation in this podcast before.
It's like
which is basically magic.
It's basically a genie in a bottle,
right? In
modern terminology.
So the theory is that they actually, when Slender Man was presented in that, what was it, creepypasta contest or whatever? It won something. What?
Did you hear that?
I thought you were getting into the. But anyway. And
it might have been a firework. I forget.
It took off, and everybody was putting that Slender Man energy out there. Maybe, fuck, I don't got to go nowhere.
I do. I got to go fucking 1.8 miles.
Did the energy that the internet or everybody that
yeah. That's a huge thing with Slender Man.
Did it create an actual Slender Man?
Yeah.
Because there's a book that when we do that episode,
I might put a poll up on Instagram for this.
I will. He talks about tulpas and all that because he makes a thing about Constantine. That's another one of my favorite movies.
It's one of those movies like. It's not the best movie, but it's a great. Like I enjoy the shit out of that movie. You know what I mean? If nothing else, you can watch it just because of the actors.
I mean,
Keanu Reeves. Fucking.
Like Keanu Reeves?
What's her name? Fuck. Played Michael the Archangel.
Oh yeah.
God damn it, what's her name? She's a fucking fantastic actress.
Not a good-looking woman, but fantastic actress.
I mean, she's not bad.
What is
her name? She was in fucking Doctor Strange. She's in everything.
Yeah, she's in the Marvel Doctor Strange and Endgame.
Yeah, she's in everything.
Or the one before Endgame.
Fuck, what's her name?
Oh, fuck. I think. Anyway, but, because I love Constantine. That's what.
Yeah, I've never like skipped content. I've always, even if it's on TV and I'm
Tombstone,
flipping channels.
If it's on, I will watch it.
I'm at least watching like 10 minutes, depending on what part. If it's in the end, I'm like, fuck it.
But the whole
because I like the beginning when he exercises the girl with the fucking mirror. Like I remember the first time I saw that, I was like, "That's fucking cool."
Right. The man who created Constantine, it was a comic beforehand.
Yeah.
He actually in this book I read, when he created Constantine, wrote the book, he put so much energy into it, and designed him and drew him in this comic. He was sitting in a cafe one day and literally saw Constantine walk down the.
Yeah.
Did he create a tulpa?
In his own mind, at least.
Or that energy and that effort that he put into it and that love and that artistic, whatever you want to, verbiage you want to
use. I mean, there's also the fact that,
did it create it in the real world? That's the kind of thing with Slender Man. When you have that much energy floating out there, people indulging in this fantasy, did it create something real? And I've done Black Eyed Children, which
I'll do Black Eyed Children again because I wasn't here for that, and it's just so I could see that being a thing because everything that I've ever heard about Black Eyed Children can be directly correlated with and tied to the Men in Black. Because most of the stories I've heard about or read about black-eyed children, they left with men in suits.
What was that? The Men in Black is another. Are they aliens or are they actual government agencies? Nobody fucking. But this is where the paranormal gets freaky and gets weird.
This is where it gets fun.
Yeah, but also I like to keep it more real.
Being the people we are, we find all of it fun. But when you start really throwing in some speculation that you could actually argue on, it gets entertaining. Because then it's just like today. Somebody I work with said something about aliens, and she was like, "It's bullshit," and I'm like, "No, it's a fucking mathematical impossibility that we are the only intelligent life in the entire universe. There is no way. We would have to be the luckiest existing molecule of anything ever to have existed."
And here's where it gets.
There's trillions upon trillions upon trillions of planets out there. There's no fucking way.
That's if you buy that whole system. That's I'm almost, the more I dive into this, more I'm almost, this is a fucking simulation. In our reality, space is real.
Yeah.
But does it, the Matrix, we're in the Matrix. I'm convinced of it. I'm not even sure you're fucking real.
No, you're not the only one.
But
no, I mean, in the world that I live in, the world that I can comprehend and touch and see and investigate and read about and shit like that, there's no fucking way that we're the only thing out there.
Absolutely not.
Because my perfect piece of evidence for that is that picture that has they said that they loosely counted 20 million planets as parts of tens of, it was 20 million fucking galaxies. Because even the little blips that look like stars are galaxies in this picture, and then you zoom out and that picture that holds 20 billion fucking galaxies is one pixel of one picture of just a segment of the night sky.
It all boils down, if our reality is what we think it is,
which realistically we can both agree it never is.
The universe,
because we don't
other
know
planets and everything.
Yeah, our reality can never be what we think it is because there's too much unknown.
It is, like you said, a mathematical improbability that we are the only creation in the universe.
It's it would be a 1 in
Oh, you can't even put.
It would be a 1 in a number that we do not have a word for. Chance
Infinity.
that we are the ones.
No. Now the question is, in this reality, if our reality is what we think it is, it's impossible that we are the only living beings in the universe.
Yeah, and until I find...
The question is whether or not those living beings can make it to here. And
even if they can, my thing is yes, they may have been here, but I don't think that they're out here coming here as often as everybody wants them to say they are. Because if they have interstellar travel capabilities, what the fuck do they have to come here for? Unless we have some element that they need for something, or some piece of, or some type of metal or something. That's the only reason. They have nothing to learn from us other than to watch us like a fucking TV show.
That's where this all, it's fun to talk about and fun to ponder and pontificate.
Pontificate? Or is it pontificate?
I don't give a fuck.
Fuck yourself.
It's, if our reality is what we think it is, what we've been told.
Our reality is just a fucking simulation.
Or is this, just a dimension that we are living in everything that we are seeing, or because the whole UFO phenomenon that is so big right now.
Go ahead.
I'm not 100%. I'm not 100% sure that they are coming from the outer limits of the universe or whatever.
I think I know where you're coming from because we talked about this. I think you're in your mind they're just and they're there. They're from a totally different place that we couldn't get to even if we had the technology.
And that would fall in line of space being fake or whatever. Those people that believe in flat Earth and space is fake and all that bullshit. Which, who fucking knows? And if we make our own reality, in their reality, it might be flat, and we might live under a dome.
Right. Like, I mean, yeah.
I don't
like
fucking know.
Literally everything that we think is far-fetched and crazy could be true.
I mean,
we
like
don't fucking
I said,
know.
You could be fucking a figure of my imagination.
Fucking 20 on my way home, I could like fucking like spaz out and like fucking take a memory chip out of my head and be like reboot, and like I don't even know I'm a robot.
But there is something. And this is why the whole DMT, the whole DMT episode I want to do. Are you seeing shit again?
It might have been. I think it was just a reflection off my glasses.
It
was a good one though.
The whole DMT.
Good job, glasses.
The whole DMT episode that I want to do. I think it's more dimensional.
Yeah, I said we leave that out of the description in YouTube, though, just in case.
Oh, no. That would not be live.
Yeah, YouTube's drug use policies are kind of strict.
That would not be a live episode.
Yeah, you can't do DMT on YouTube, but you can fucking show native women's tits.
Or naked yoga.
Yeah, I looked that up after you told me about it.
It's a thing.
Like, just to clarify, not for sexual pleasure, but I did look it up, and there's literally just men and women just spread eagle, butt fucking naked, doing yoga on YouTube. And like they take it so seriously.
Do we have any listeners?
What if they come? Yeah, we got 7 on mine. Shit. What if they come from within the earth? That's why I wouldn't mind doing Project High Jump.
Hollow Earth.
Everybody's like, oh, it's fucking crazy. In my mind, I can rationalize Hollow Earth just as much as I can rationalize anything else.
But I don't think it's Hollow Earth per se, as in there's something, I think, dimensional.
It could be.
Whatever that hole is in Antarctica that those pilots flew over that we talked about in that Antarctica episode.
That massive hole, which to an extent is scientifically... to an extent that is scientifically explainable.
But is that a portal to Hollow Earth is actually another dimension?
Oh yeah, that, and like again, that theory also makes as much sense as anything fucking else. Yeah. We don't know. For all we know, for all we know, in 40 years, kaiju really are going to come up from the Marianas Trench, like fucking Pacific Rim.
The greatest. That is a damn good movie. The first one,
sick.
The first one with.
The second one was great. I loved the story of the second one.
Yeah.
The action and shit wasn't as good, but I really liked the story.
Yeah, but with Jax, you gotta love Jax.
Jax Teller.
My man crush.
Charlie Hunnam. I'd fuck him.
Oh, I'd let him do whatever he wanted to me, and I'm straight as a fucking arrow. Apparently not. No, but that is a damn good movie. But I don't know. I'm not.
I love the intro to that movie while it's on my mind.
I haven't seen the beginning of it in forever.
When he's like, the military put into place the Jaeger program, but one pilot wasn't enough to handle the neural load of the reactor, so they had to take 2 pilots. He said, me and my brother Yancey. His brother was fucking named Yancey, and he's like one of the most bad motherfuckers in the world.
Not too bad, because he died about 10 minutes into the movie.
Oh, that was dramatic. He said, Yancey! As that fucking kaiju just ripped part of the head off, and then somehow he just like, his way up to that fucking Alaskan shore that grandpa was just like, get help! Go! Call!
But I don't know what this reality is. I don't even fucking care.
Moon Unit says, do you agree with CERN research? I don't agree with anything that anybody publicizes entirely. I will pick and choose the things that fit with what I've experienced in my life, and if I agree with them, I agree with them. But 99% of the time, at least 70% of anything you read online or from any report is going to be fucking horseshit as far as I'm concerned.
I'm convinced they destroyed the world, and we are living in a different reality. They blew up the freaking world. They created a black hole there and imploded the world, and we just jumped to another reality.
I'm not, I guess I would almost, like, theoretically, in a way, I would almost be considered like a borderline nihilist. Like, I just think that we're minuscule, pointless beings that live a minuscule, pointless existence, and we just think that we matter, and we all die, and eventually the entire species will be eradicated from this planet, and the planet will move on, and everything will keep rotating and moving.
The more I dive into the paranormal, into super, I think it's so much more than that.
Well, I'm not saying that like that can't be a thing. I'm just saying like our physical bodies don't fucking matter.
No, exactly. Our physical bodies don't matter at all, in my opinion. The more I learn, the more I've researched, the more I've done this, everything is between here.
Yeah. It's just how does it carry on? That's what I question. I don't know how it carries on or how it continues to exist.
Our consciousness is what is all powerful. Or what's important. This meat suit that we are wearing.
It's a mech suit made out of meat, yeah. Like a Jaeger from Pacific Rim or a Zord from Power Rangers. We are in a mech suit.
Here to learn and experience, gain knowledge from, we're getting real deep here. We are here to experience this life and learn lessons, I think. I think we go way much deeper than what this meat suit we're wearing.
Deeper than I've ever gone in my life.
You had to turn a sexual connotation.
It's so disrespectful.
But, I think it's...
Fuck. My collection. Temper tantrum over. What?
No, I think there's so much more than life than just this podcast, just our life, just our everyday mundane bullshit we go through. Because the brain is very powerful. The brain is placebo. It is a scientific fact. They give people placebos.
Oh, yeah.
And that shit fucking works.
Yeah.
Because
you make somebody believe something. And when somebody truly believes it within themselves, like a different type of example, but trigger warning, Hitler and the Nazis. If you truly believe something, you can put it into motion and you can put it out there in the world and you can get people to follow it.
That's manifestation.
Like, between his thought process and his ability to sway people with his words and his passion, Hitler made anti-Semitism and elitism of the Aryan race a real thing to a massive population of people, including himself. I say all the time, like, he's a fucking fiery piece of shit, and if I could go back in time and kill one person, he was on the list. But you have to give the man credit.
He was great at branding.
Yes. Like, as far as political minds, he's one of the best political minds in the modern era. Possibly the best.
No, I mean, there is something to manifestation.
He's still a cockbag, don't get me wrong.
There is something to
with a micro penis.
Can manifest.
And he wasn't good enough to get into art school.
I've kind of been reading and doing a lot of research into this, manifesting your own reality.
Yeah, we've been talking about it for a while because you keep talking about how you're trying to turn over a new leaf of positivity, which I agree with. I agree with that. Like, you know me. I'm Mr. fucking hee ha ha sing and dance all the time because I'm like, if nothing else,
like I've said,
I want to fucking smile all day. I'd rather be smiling than be fucking pissy.
For the past 10 months, I've been throwing out a lot of negativity.
Yeah, like almost exclusively. Right. Unless it's me or like
this realm right here.
I was gonna say, or our mutual friends.
Right. But I've been throwing out a lot, and if anybody that knows me would think I'd be the last person that would fucking meditate. But that shit helps. I
think it depends on the person though, because when you told me that, I wasn't that shocked about it.
I am in a much better mindset now.
Well, meditation means different things. Like, not everybody thinks you just, No, you just sit down and shut the fuck up and look within yourself, you are meditating.
And get out of your own fucking head.
Yes, if you stop looking at things from the selfish cockhole point of view that everybody looks at things, you are meditating.
Right.
And if you remove yourself from the selfish side of a point of view about anything, that is meditation on your actions and on your thought process. No matter what it is, it's going to have a positive effect in one way or another, even if it's just the relief of stress off of you.
Right. And the more negative, and I firmly believe that the more negativity you put out there, it will come back to you. That has to, because I've had shitty luck.
I can't even say it will come back to you. It's just I think it comes back to you, but I think it's because of you.
Right, but because you're putting it
like
out
because
there.
I go out of my like you know how I am.
Right.
I fucking hate everybody and everything all the time, for real. Not legitimately, but like I'm not nearly as slap dick and happy go lucky as I appear to be
on this.
to most people on this or at work every day.
No, there's a dark side.
Yeah. Like it just does. I just don't see. I don't see the point in fucking walking around fucking glum and gloomy. Like today. Today was a fucking shithole of a day. I'm running on like 3.5 hours of sleep. I had a new guy fucking ghost on me, so I had to stay. I potentially had to stay until like the time we ended up starting this. I didn't have to, thank God, because it's Labor Day and fucking nobody was there when I left. So he ghosted, so I had to work from 9 to 5 by myself, do all the prep, do my inventory, do my order, do all the cooking of the tickets, help the bartending manager with her shit, like checking all the kegs and stuff like that. And then on top of that, I didn't realize till I was driving back from fucking Cincinnati in the middle of the night last night at like 12 something. I was like, hey, what time is it? 12:21 on September 6th. It's officially September 6th. Today is 10 years since my dad died.
I've been waiting for you to.
Yeah.
You told me this Friday or whatever.
That's why I'm glad we were doing this on a Monday, because I didn't have the opportunity to sit at a bar. Because otherwise I would have, even if I didn't realize it was this day, I would have got pissed face fucking drunk.
Because Friday you mentioned that to me that it was today. I was kind of been waiting to see if it was really
I forgot about it twice. Like I've kind of just hardwired myself to be like that. Like I realized it when I had a time check driving up from Cincinnati last night. And then randomly I was working and I was like, oh, fuck. And then next thing you know, I'm listening to Conway Twitty.
That's what I'm talking about, the negativity. So you could have very easily taken that negative, because that's a negative thing in your mind, and projected that back out. Toward how you're handling it now, it's not disrespectful that your own words, you forgot.
Well, somebody very close to me told me last night that nobody told me before, in these words at least, that instead of just being overtly sad, take the day to celebrate my dad's life instead of mourning his death. Which I did. I went to work, which is what my dad would have done.
There's a book that a friend of ours recommended to me, and it's called The Art of Not Giving a Fuck.
I know people who've read it. I've never read it myself.
It is an amazing book. And basically,
I wonder if they have it half price books. I do. I was this close to going to half price books.
It's on Audible.
I don't know. I'm kind of over audiobooks. I miss like reading. Like I have like 4 books that I kind of want to crack.
I don't have time to fucking sit down and read a book.
I got a couple I can give you that like you'd get sucked into pretty good.
But that whole book is about basically what, even good, bad, ugly, whatever. If it's happening,
great movie.
It's it's supposed to fucking happen this way, and you can't fucking let it get you down. And you throw that negative.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I kind of agree. Like I wouldn't say like. I don't know if I think that stuff is supposed to happen. But for sure, there's no stopping the inevitability of stuff happening.
Right.
Whether it's written or not, I don't fucking know. I try not to speculate on that because it goes outside. Like, my belief system tells me that can't be a thing. But the universe and the people and the energies within it are going to do what they do, and it's going to affect you. If fucking Lao Tzu fucking wouldn't have wrote The Art of War the way he did, everything would be different now. If Jackie Chan hadn't made Rush Hour 3, I'd still have $12 in my goddamn pocket from when I went to see that fucking horse shit movie. You know what I mean?
Well, that's what you get. But, that's what, and that's manifestation. All that shit is all about manifestation, putting that energy out there, which is fucking magic, which is what prayer is. You are putting that shit out in the universe. You put positive out there, hopefully you get positive in return. You put negative out there, you get a fucking broken refrigerator.
See, but that's my thing. That's my problem one of my problems with religion and prayer is like most people pray for selfish shit.
Right. And you can't.
I doubt anybody's like, man, I really hope I pass the math test tomorrow. Oh, and feed the children of Somalia.
Well, I mean, that's kind of shit you can't. But when it comes to prayer and manifestation, if you believe in a God that answers your prayer, he does not say, okay, here you go. No. He leads you down a path, just like manifestation. If you
and see, that's my problem with religion is like, why the fuck do I need somebody else to lead me down a path? I can lead myself down my own fucking path. None of us need somebody to just direct us. It's more about synchronicities and
shit. This like this podcast, for instance. I wanted to grow this podcast before you came along.
Mm-hmm.
Even before all hell broke loose, and I wanted to grow this podcast. And I went from a period of wanting to grow it to fuck this podcast. I don't want to do it anymore.
Yeah.
But the podcast before, I was putting a lot of energy into
me ending up sitting next to you at the bar on the right night,
which has grown. It was a synchronicity. Which has grown since. Well, from where I was before you came on, it's grown. YouTube.
Oh, yeah. I remember when
has went up, 30, 40 people since you came on?
Oh, yeah. We were up over 100 on Instagram.
You know, so I put out into the universe, I wanted this podcast to grow, but it was up to me to acknowledge a conversation with you. It was like, okay, wait a minute. Let's try this.
Yeah, because I remember talking about the podcast that I listened to. And you're like, I have a podcast. And I was like, shut the fuck up.
Right.
And then it went from like you talking like, oh, well, if you want to come on and do an episode with me sometime, I'd be like, yeah. And then before we even ever did an episode, you asked me if I just wanted to do the podcast with you from then on.
Right. Before the first episode you appeared on.
Like, dude, I literally listen to podcasts every day of my life. Of course I want to have a podcast. That's sick.
That is how prayers get answered. You have to, when it comes to manifestation, I want $1 million.
Yeah, see, no,
it doesn't fucking work that way.
And that lines up with what I'm saying is like, that's one of my problems with prayer in religion is like, just like I say, again, all due respect to everybody who's religious, believe and worship however you want, more power to you. I respect the fuck out of it. I honor your right to do so. In my mind, I don't need a book or a person that may or may not have existed or a omnipotent being that nobody can fucking conclusively say actually exists to tell me to do the right thing and be a good person. Just like I don't need to talk to that being in order to tell me or make something happen for me. We can all go out and we can do it our fucking selves. You just have to look within yourself to find the ability to find the resolution to the problem that you're facing and the path you need to take to resolve that problem.
All right. I think we're well over 2 hours into this episode.
Fuck it. Well, I say all the time. What do I say?
What?
You've heard me say it. We all are all our own gods. Each of us is our own world and our own religion and our own deity, all of that. Because the fact that we exist is astronomically incredible if you really think about it.
Yes. So, you ready to get out of here?
I mean, I'm down.
Just do this last shot. We're going to do one more, or we might as well finish it fucking off. We hate to fucking be a...
Yeah, we'll do one more shot before we
get the fuck out of here. Now, before we do this last shot...
These are cheap.
What, $9?
How about these, the 2 tall boys and that fucking energy drink? It was like $16.
They're only, $9 now or something? They were like 12 or something.
Oh, no, they look at me weird because they have that grab thing where they, like, empty a bunch of these out into it.
Yeah.
And they they're like, oh, yeah, they'll mishear me and be like, oh, 2 from... I'm like, no, the whole fucking rack, dude. Like...
For those of you...
I'm not 19.
Listening to this podcast episode, be sure to like, subscribe to however you listen to podcasts. Leave a review.
Yes.
5-star.
On any podcast app, especially Apple Podcasts, because for some reason... I mean, Apple is fucking taking over the world, and their review system and rating system is what jumps podcasts on people's recommendations.
But even Spotify, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Amazon, whatever you listen to the podcast, be sure to subscribe, follow, whatever they allow you to do, and be sure to rate it. YouTube's growing.
Subscribe, comment, like.
We are not going to hit our goal, I don't think, unless something major happens of 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year.
I never say never.
Every week we get more, which I greatly appreciate. I appreciate everybody's in the live stream. We do, if you're listening to this after the fact, we do record these on YouTube from our channel. You can join in, get early access, and interact with Gonzo, Joy,
Izzy,
Bree, Izzy, Lamont,
fucking Moon Unit,
Carmen
every once in a while.
Yes.
My brothers from another mother, Casey and Tim, here and there.
We have a bunch of listeners that do interact in the comments or the
shout out to DJ Kenobi 7. If you got a YouTube channel, put it in the comments. I'll shout out your YouTube channel, brother. So
be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel and be sure to hit the notification bell because we are kind of hopefully here soon we'll get back to a normal schedule.
Yes, perfect fucking networking.
What?
Izzy DJs, Kyle produces, and so does my buddy Colin. Gonzo raps.
Well, we starting a fucking label? Well,
why not, man? Let's make a whole fucking Ghost in the Night record.
We could do that.
I'll get on there. I'll sing.
Be sure.
You hit me like a hurricane.
Be sure to subscribe and hit the bell and like these videos.
I just did it. I just fucking backed out of the comments so I could like.
That is where we want to get to 1,000. I hope we get there, but if not, I don't care. As long as we grow each week, I greatly appreciate all of you who listen to this podcast. Even if you leave us a negative review like Big K did, we love you. Bitch. Go to fucking English class and learn grammar a little bit better.
Like the guy with the guitar in the middle of the fucking it's like in the middle of projects. He's got a guitar and a do-rag and everything. He's like, it's out of tune as fuck. I love you, bitch. I ain't never gonna stop loving you, bitch.
But we greatly
That's how I feel about our negative commenters.
But hey, I love all of you. I'm full of love.
I love you, boom, boom, from the back.
Thank you for leaving a negative comment. Leave a positive, leave a negative. As long as you subscribe and hit the bell.
Here's to you, fuckstick.
Love you. All right.
Oh, yeah, I'm down. Izzy, if you want to sing on a track, I'm down. I don't know. I've never heard myself recorded, but from what I hear when I sing at work, I actually can sing.
Actually, there'll be a new intro.
There will be a new intro.
Maybe
you guys
I might
can check out Young Kyle, who I was talking about earlier.
I might put it on the podcast.
He's on SoundCloud if you want to check him out.
I might put it on the podcast feed of this episode.
Shit.
If you like it.
We got to listen to that.
If you like it, I'll put it on. Otherwise, it'll just be the usual. So be sure to follow and subscribe and listen to on iTunes or Stitcher, Spotify.
We'll get real diverse too.
And if
I've
you
been
like
singing
it,
a lot of country lately.
I'll put it in the live stream. So once again, follow us on Twitter at @night_ghost, Instagram ghost_night_podcast.
Throw it up there, Phil. We have a screen for this.
I actually took it out.
You sack of
because I was going to change it because everybody bitched about being too small.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
I'm going to change it.
So continue reading them.
But we also have a merch page.
We do.
Spreadshirt. I do still have.
They have tie dye.
I do still have that one there. How about that?
I'm getting that.
That is at shop.spreadshirt.com/GITN-paranormal-merch.
I'm gonna get that one, and I'm also getting a hoodie because it's fucking. It's almost thick boy season.
Thick boy, fat boy. Fall season. Even though, I can't show off the pipes. What the fuck are you keep? Is the house haunted?
We'll talk about it later.
Okay, but
that one goes deeper than anybody in this fucking live
Be
stream
sure
knows.
to, if you want some paranormal merch, be sure to do that. That's a great way to support the podcast. If you want to actual bonus episodes and bonus stuff, go to patreon.com/GITN podcast. I'm out. I'm done. I'm finished. I'm cooked. What the fuck?
I just think it's funny. Lamont said, I'll be the angry black guy. And Izzy said, I'll be the anime black guy.
I'll be the privileged white guy.
Notice me, Leroy.
All right. We are out of here. Thank you for listening. Say goodbye, Travis.
Fuck that dude that left that shitty comment. Eat my ass.
We love
Good
you.
night.
Take care, everybody.